Good morning, welcome back to the Fire Burns Within channel. Time for a film update. I've been watching a few films again online. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 films to talk about that I've watched recently. They're all sort of, some of them are not well known, but I just watched them anyway, just spend a couple of hours watching films. So let me just quickly go through this latest film update. First film is called Rage. It's like a very long, cheaply made Aussie thriller. Nobody famous in it. It's like a home invasion. A couple who are sort of estranged a little bit. They get left on the brink of insanity. There's some grisly scenes for you gore fans, for you murder fans. Axes in the head, blood and guts. 2 hours 23 is a really long run time for this film. I mean, some really over the top long scenes of nothing much happening. It's a weak film overall. It's a bit messy. Maybe it would have been good at, say, around 90 minutes, but 2 hours 23 was pushing it. Just 4 out of 10 for Rage. Next film is called Norman. It's sort of like a cheaply made sci-fi film. Some people might like it, but I thought this was shockingly bad. It's like a weird sci-fi concept about someone who's sort of time traveling, and there's this AI character whose voice you hear trying to get this person back to the future, sort of. They keep time traveling into awkward positions and places. It's sort of something like Quantum Leap. I mean, this is the vibe I was getting. But I don't know, this film was just, I don't know. It was not good. I mean, I watched it all the way. I don't know why, but I did. 2 out of 10. Just didn't like it at all. Next film is called Ascendant. Started off quite good because it was sort of intriguing what was going on. Acting is okay, but in the end, the film ends up being really, I don't know, stupid. It's just not good. It's basically about a girl who's stuck in some kind of elevator where someone is sort of torturing her dad for the crimes he committed somewhere else. The girl has special powers, but she doesn't know it. She doesn't know how to use them yet. I think it's from her childhood, but then she figures it out in the end and does okay. I mean, it's a bit of a mess. I mean, I don't know. It's well filmed though. The effects are quite nice. The acting is quite good. The score is quite good as well. The sound is sort of quite epic. So overall, just 5 out of 10 for Ascendant. Next film is called Ripper Untold. This is another film based on the Jack the Ripper stories. This one is a completely low budget film. All English actors on this one. The story is basically following the Jack the Ripper story, but ends up being a little bit different as I'm going to give away the plot here. The killer ends up being a scorned woman who's basically doing it behind her husband's back or something like that. I think that rumor existed before that Jack the Ripper is a female though, so it's not completely something new, but the acting is okay on this, but it's very low budget. The pace is slow. There's some gore, there's some nudity on show as well with the prostitutes. I mean, it's not completely terrible, but it's not good. 4 out of 10. Next film is called Infinite. This is a Mark Wahlberg sort of blockbuster, if you will. It's like a mix between, say, a poor man's Matrix, some Fast and the Furious type scenes, and some kind of reincarnation concept where your memories from previous lives continue on into a new life as you jump into it. So if you have some skills from a previous life, like if you were a samurai fighter, you continue those skills into your new body, something like that. Yeah, the CGI is quite good. Some of it's iffy. The story is really far-fetched, obviously. Like I explained, the action is pretty good. It's okay. The start is very good. And the rest of it is just... yeah, it's so. It's okay. It's just a typical popcorn film, very OTT. Again, just 5 out of 10. I mean, I watched it all the way, but I was unexcited by it. It's okay. Next film I saw is called Pig. This is a Nicolas Cage film, one of his latest films. It's about a man who used to be a highly rated chef, but he sort of fallen on hard times. I think his wife has died, and he lives in the woods now. He's more like a recluse stroke tramp, and he's got a pig that's very good at sniffing out truffles, and his pig gets stolen by some restaurateurs, I think, or some guys, I don't know, some guy. And then Nicolas Cage goes on a mission to try to get his pig back. There's lots of morals in this story, like a moral of sort of living life for the smaller things, not living life for material things, because he sort of chases his pig, he loves his pig and so on, he wants the pig back. He loves his pig more than he loves his human friends. The story is very sentimental. Nicolas Cage is on form on this, though. He's acting well. He's acting good on this. It's a grim story, though. There's no joy in this one. Well, it's sort of like a redemption at the end, sort of, but there's not a lot of joy in this one. But it's well acted. 6 out of 10. 3 films to mention. The next one is The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. It's a whole host of A-listers in this. Ryan Reynolds is the main man, and you got Salma Hayek, you got Samuel L. Jackson, Morgan Freeman. They're all in this. This is like a shoot 'em up comedy. I didn't see the debut. The first film in this series. Apparently there is one. I haven't seen it, but this one is a loud, brash, sweary. The amount of F-bombs and MF-bombs that are dropped on this is completely brainless. There's 1 or 2 funny lines here and there. I mean, everyone took a nice paycheck on this one. It's sort of well edited, well filmed. It's a Hollywood film, so it's like that. But the film is, I don't know, I found it atrocious, absolutely atrocious. Just 2 out of 10 for The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. Apart from a couple of lines, I mean, just completely brain dead stuff. Okay, 2 films to mention. 1 very good and 1 absolutely atrocious. Okay, we start with the very good one. Jungle Cruise. This is a rollicking, good, fun, very, just a good 2 hours of fun, rollicking, adventurous filmmaking. It's totally derivative of, say, Pirates of the Caribbean and Indiana Jones, a mix of those two. I really enjoyed this. The effects were state of the art. The Rock, or Dwayne Johnson to give his real name, is very likable as an actor. I mean, he's not the world's best actor, but he does a great job. Emily Blunt as the female lead, she does a good job. Jack Whitelaw is also in it. He's sort of like a bumbling buffoon. He plays the brother of Emily Blunt's character. Her name is Lily, I think. Yeah, something like that. And Frank is the captain of the boat. This film is fun. I mean, this film, I really enjoyed this film. I don't tend to... I mean, I do like adventure films, but I don't know. I've never sort of warmed to The Rock's films, but You know, I really like him in this. I think he's cool. I think this is a real solid, fun family film. 8 out of 10. And okay, the final film of this roundup is Black Widow. This is a comic book film. I hate comic book films, or whatever you call it, Marvel, DC comics, I don't know. I started watching this. This beginning was quite good, and then it got so bad. I have to admit, I stopped it halfway through. The film's quite long as well. About 50-60 minutes in, I stopped it. I couldn't watch this garbage. Absolute garbage. I mean, I don't know, it's just not for me. I'm too old for this business. I mean, it was just shite. Absolutely awful. I mean, I'm not saying the effects are bad and the acting is okay. I mean, Florence Pugh is in this, and I really like her as an actress, and Scarlett Johansson as well. I mean, whatever. I mean, this film is garbage. Absolute garbage. I mean, it was just, I don't know. I just gave up. I just couldn't be arsed with this film. Just pure garbage. 0.5 out of 10. That's all I could give it. Sorry if you're a fan of superhero films or whatever, but this was just awful. Had to stop. Had to press stop. Okay, that was my latest film roundup. I'm gonna watch a few. I've got quite a few more films lined up to watch. I'll watch them and do another roundup later on. Okay, stay tuned.